thing so that they can help people. I know that Moturo, definitely he's helping people in social economic development of this country.
Sehu Fofana, the Director of Public Relations and Operations at the Vision Development Foundation, said the intervention is humanitarian and that the impact has been felt.
Today we are giving out 29 bulls all over. As we have seen, we have targeted all the big mosques across the Combo here, that's Combo St. Mary, and we have targeted some other mosques in the Combo, that's Gunjur and the surrounding. Okay, and we have also got a distribution in our head office today in the evening. That is, we are giving out some meat, some full chicken, rice, dates, and some other things. That's part of our daily services that we do to help the poor and needy in order to be able to, make life easier and better for them.
The ceremony was graced by the Governor of West Coast Region, Bakari Sanyang, prominent scholar Imam Babali, among others. Ibrahima Jallo, GRTS News.
Breaking new bounds in charitable interventions. The Gambia's own philanthropist Modi Turo Dabo increased his Ramadan dole-out with another major distribution of 1,500 bags of sugar to Muslims around the country. It's not the biggest he has made, but this recent intervention benefiting 13 institutions across the country was enormously welcome as a timely gesture that aims to strengthen the Islamic tradition of sharing and generosity in the holy month.
The total number of bags of sugar and rice we will be distributing today is 1,500 bags, and some other benefits or products that we will be giving out.
With sugar being the most expensive commodity in Ramadan, Turodabo's Vision Development Foundation is moving to ensure that every Muslim and household in the Gambia is adequately resourced. At the Vision Development Foundation, a strong commitment to assisting the needy and underprivileged is a major priority, driving the organization's endeavors. VDF PRO Sehu Fofana assured that similar interventions are being planned across the country and urged the beneficiary institutions to efficiently utilize the items.
You will recall that since the inception of this Ramadan, Vision Development Foundation has presented so many bags of rice, sugar, dates, bread, and some other products to the communities across the country. We've started with the regional governors. From there, we have alcalos, we have the mosque, and we have other communities. So today, we'll be witnessing the presentation of the same sugar to institutions around Combo here and some from URR.
Kabiro Dabo, a member of Volunteer Network in the diaspora, also advised beneficiaries to make best use of the sugar and to share it accordingly as expected of them. Beneficiaries also thanked the philanthropists for what they describe as a noble and well-timed intervention. The Vision Development Foundation was established 24 years ago by Modutro Dabo with a view to support the needy and complement government's development efforts to enhance national welfare and provide quality education. The funds and provisions distributed among beneficiaries is expected to make an immense impact. For GRTS News, I am Janke Ture.
In the final days of the holy month, Muslims and charitable groups around the world increase their goodwill and assistance to the underprivileged. In the Gambia, one man and his organization is moving to redefine the charity and philanthropic activities. Tro Dabo and his Vision Development Foundation have become more than a household name supporting poor and needy. The ardent philanthropist redefining the cause of charitable programs has been expanding and increasing his donation with nationwide interventions targeting special groups and communities across the country. Mr. Dabo's humanitarian organization has been busy providing food and basic requirements to Muslims since the start of Ramadan. Since last week, the VDF has rolled out 15,000 bags of sugar and food items to needy Muslims in the country's 5 regions. This week, a special donation targets victims of human rights violation and members of the physically challenged society.
Since our inception, Vision Development Foundation has given numerous support to various groups, various members of the society, and organizations that are also contributing their quota in national development. And as part of our objective, we also support institutions that are almost sharing the same aims and objectives with us and are equally complementing the efforts of the government.
Apart from the daily provision of food items to needy Muslims who converge on a daily basis at the foundation headquarters to wait for hours to receive the gesture, special packages are also delivered to individuals and groups.
So today, we will be giving out 1,500 bags of sugar to these needy institutions and the individuals, and we will also be giving out 400 bags of rice to them so that they can go with this, and a cash amount of $40,000 so that they will be able to take care of their transport up and down.
Representatives from the Victim Center and the Gambia Federation of the Disabled, the latest recipient of Mr. Dabo's benevolence, expressed immense appreciation for the gesture.
Many thanks to the Vision Development Foundation, at least for having this brilliant foresight, for choosing at least the most vulnerable or one of the most vulnerable in the society, that is the people with disability, at least in coming up with this magnanimous gesture in making sure that at least people with disabilities will be receiving rice, sugar, and of course transportation refund that will even assist or support them in transporting this rice and sugar from this beautiful center to their homes.
We're from the Gambia Center for Victims of Human Rights Violation. I'm the chairperson of the organization. We are here with some of our victims. You can see some of them, Yusuf Mbai, and the rest of them are here. We came to represent them to come and give our appreciation and to thank Mr. Dabo for being quite generous and benevolent to the needy in this month of Ramadan.
Presenting the food items, including a cash amount of $20,000 to each group, Vision Development officials stressed the importance of fair and transparent distribution among members and further highlighted the continuation of the massive donation bonanza aimed at ensuring that Muslims undergo a hitch-free Ramadan. Khadijatu Jallow, reporting for GRTS News.
Modutro Dabo is at it again, feeding needy Muslims in the holy month of Ramadan. The Gambian businessman and philanthropist has, through his Vision Development Foundation, been providing daily iftar meal for thousands of Muslims to break their fast. As part of this year's month-long generosity, Vision Development Foundation has distributed over 7,000 bags of sugar to Muslims in all regions of the country at a presentation ceremony held at the Foundation's field office in Churchillstown.
The objective of this very important gift today here is to put a very good smile on the face of the poor and the needy, and to ensure that the culture of sharing and caring in the Ramadan is fulfilled. Vision Development Foundation has identified 7,000 bags of sugar that we intend to distribute to different institutions, to different regions, and some other beneficiaries.
The sugar distribution was attended by governors and deputy governors who received the bags of sugar on behalf of their respective regions.
This gift has come at the right time. We are in the fast month, and we know how much sugar is needed by every family during the fast month. So having this gift today is definitely, we want to say thank you to the Vision and promise them that it's going to be distributed to the needy.
North Bank Region's Deputy Governor paid tribute to Vision Development Foundation and its Chief Executive Officer, what she described as selfless service to humanity. The sugar, she said, will be of immense help to the beneficiaries in this time of need, especially for those in the rural areas.
We wish to say to Mr. Dabo, Abaraka.
Vision Development Foundation's generosity was also extended to individuals, mosques, and religious leaders. Imam Babali of the Kanifi Mosque, who was among the beneficiaries, commended Mr. Dabo for championing a very important teaching and practice of Prophet Muhammad by caring and sharing with the less privileged in the holy month of Ramadan.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks all Muslims, especially those who are facilitated and privileged, to be able to assist and help, and those who are helping, like this foundation, Allah has promised them a very good reward, and we are praying to the Almighty Allah for this one also to be part of those ones that Allah will reward, inshallah.
Away from the sugar donation, the daily distribution of iftar meal continues as usual, with scores of people giving food items to break their day-long fast. The beneficiaries who took home rice, chicken, sugar, milk, among other ingredients, were grateful to Vision Development Foundation for helping them fulfill one of the important pillars of their faith. This old man from Ibo Town said he has been a beneficiary for the past 7 consecutive Ramadans. All these people happily break their fast thanks to the generosity of this man, whose humanitarian work has been felt across the length and breadth of the country. A series of life-changing interventions complementing government's effort in improving the livelihoods of Gambians. In the past 12 months alone, Vision Development Foundation has provided clean drinking water to 11 communities across the country, worth millions of dollars, establishing itself as one of the leading charitable organizations in the country. Mohamed Estialo, GRTS News.
This is what Modutro Dabo has been doing for the past 29 days of the just ended holy month, reaching out to the needy Muslim by distributing daily iftar meals to enable them break their fast. This visual impaired man is among scores of people who have had their fast made easy for them thanks to the generosity of Mr. Dabo, whose Vision Development Foundation has committed itself to support the less privileged. Here he tells us how content he is to be going home with something he can enjoy with his family during Korite celebration.
Sabu julɗo ko ni waɗanta neɗɗo julɗo no muɗum ni sabu ɗo somi fawrini dépense han e janngo ko yettude Allah e muɗum.
Rounding up the major Ramadan rollover with an even bigger presentation, VDF aims to continue its intervention and support for Gambians through special development programs targeting grassroots communities.
Mr. Trodabo, you are all aware. For Ramadan, he helps thousands of people. For Tobaski, it's the same thing. For Korite, it's the same thing. And besides that, he has been helping thousands of people unbeknown to the public.
The Korite donation includes 44 bulls, which were distributed among various communities, institutions, and members of the security service. Here, not even the prisoners and security personnel on duties are left out, as the foundation looks to engage workers in all sectors.
We appreciate the gift that he gave us for Karaba Police Station. We thank him very much. May God bless him, and may God, on behalf of my command, the Commissioner of Police, yes, we thank him very much for his benevolent gesture to the Gambia Police Force.
To receive this thing will boost them to know that people are considering them. They are inside there, but still now people know people are there. That's why today I am very happy.
Caring and sharing with the less privileged is a now routine tradition in the Dabo family, which is passed on to every generation.
He cares about people and he adds happiness to people's lives. He takes care of them. When I grow up, I want to be just like him. I promised him that I will do this. I will look after him when he grows old. I will do after him, and I will make him proud.
I feel very happy because my dad is giving all of these people chances who don't have the materials and stuff that he has. it just helps them to make a living out of this stuff.
Baba Hydra has been volunteering in the food distribution.
We're living in a third world country, and there are a lot of needy in our communities. So having Toro Dabo doing this amazing gesture towards the poor and the needy is so good that be part of it makes you also really, proud to be part of such an amazing thing.
For the beneficiaries, the only words was a big thank you to VDF for coming to their aid during the Holy Month and Eid festivities. This year's Ramadan donation has significantly expanded to the organization's humanitarian activities. Over the last month alone, VDF has given out nearly 15,000 bags of sugar, 77 bowls, and different food items to Muslims throughout the country, worth millions of dollars. And the driving force behind this magnanimous gesture is the man Modu Toro Dabo, who has established himself as one of the country's leading philanthropists. Saido Kamara, GRTS News. This latest distribution of more than 8,000 bags of sugar to needy Muslims is the second of such donation by the Vision Development Foundation in less than a week. 46 communities across the Gambia benefited from the massive generosity of this man who has set the space as the biggest philanthropist in the country. Modu Toro Dabo continues to care and share with Muslims in the holy month of Ramadan by providing for the needy to break their fast. Friday's donation came just days after the foundation distributed 7,000 bags of sugar and food provisions of the same quantity to all regions of the country. The Vision Development Foundation clearly leads charitable efforts moving to provide for people of all walks of life in Ramadan. For the VDF Public Relations Officer, Sekou Fofana, the sugar distribution is part of the foundation's month-long distribution of iftar meal to Muslims.
As the CEO used to say, the objective is to complement the efforts of the government and to help the poor and needy. But again, what we need from the community is prayers. We want communities in their own way to pray for the CEO, Mr. Modu Toro Dabo, and the foundation, because as you all know, all these gestures you're seeing here is from him. He is the founder and he is the funder of all our activities that we are seeing. And we will all agree with me that this activity cost us a lot of millions of dollars. But because of the heart he has for the poor and needy, that's why he's doing this. But the appeal we have to all beneficiaries is this. Please, when you go, make sure the objective remains the same. That is, any number of bags you get, make sure you share it amicably with the community members, with your neighbors, with the village people, with the community. That is very important to us.
Among the latest beneficiaries of Modu Toro Dabo benevolence are the people of Tumana in the URR, whose National Assembly member commended the charitable organization for its consistent support to the people throughout the Gambia.
So what is happening here, this is one of the best, you understand, and this is what we are calling as decentralization, you understand. When the sugar reaches the provinces, when there are some communities in the provinces, they are very hard to reach places, you understand. They are thinking of having a cup of sugar. So if they have a bag of sugar, that's a very good initiative.
Presidential advisor Yusuf Cham hailed Mr. Dabo as a patriotic citizen who is strongly complimenting government efforts in alleviating poverty and call on others to emulate him.
It is indeed a contribution towards the achievement of our national good. Modu is a Gambian, but not all Gambians have the capacity to do this. He has the capacity to do it, and he is willing to do it, and he is giving it to the needy. So it is a venture that one has to give support to. And on behalf of President Adama Barrow and the government of the Gambia, I feel very proud to associate myself with this issue for the simple reason that we are voted into office by Gambians, and then we are demonstrating to them that we have their interests at heart. And in that vein, we have to give support to any Gambian that has this type of mission. And the mission has to be completed. It has to be supported by the state.
Beneficiary communities thank the local NGOs for coming